the projects are in perfect strategic alignment. The kind of projects you do at the operation level are in perfect alignment with the organization goals, nothing but the strategic goals. Whether the project is identified in a top-down approach or bottom-up approach, it is important that the project aligns with the organization goals. And who will ensure that? A master black belt. So the tools, there are certain tools just to ensure that every project that is driven in a company is in perfect alignment with the organization goals. Like the tools like your ocean planning and the balance scorecard and all these things will ensure the projects are driven in alignment with the organization's goal. And master black belt will observe the various teams and departments performs and coach them whenever required. And these are the responsibilities of the green and black belt. They will lead project, help the champion, select the team member, plan team meeting, lead meetings, handle meeting logistics, and make recommendations to the changes. And yellow belt will participate in the meeting, help with the administrative task, and meet with the project leaders for reviews. And they will also assist the green belts, data collection, and all those things, right? Because they also have some limited knowledge using which they can really help the green belts. So we are here trying to transform us to become a green belt or a black belt. And another difference between the green and black is the green belts are part-time Six Sigma experts, but the black belts are full-time Six Sigma experts, which means a green belt will spend a portion of their work time in improvement projects, DMAC project. However, a black belt will spend the majority of its time on improvement projects, and that's why we call them as part-time and full-time. So what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is a metric. Six Sigma is a metric that tells you how capable your process is in producing output, meeting customers' requirements. Six Sigma is a measure of the effectiveness of the process, measure of the capability of the process. If the capability is Six Sigma level, performance is close to 100%. I mean, the success rate is close to 100%. You just close your eyes and run the process, all the outputs will meet the customer's requirement. If at all there are any failures, you are sure that the failures will be less than 3.4 DPMO. What is DPMO stand here? DPMO stand for defects per million opportunities. So Six Sigma is considered a metric to understand your level of capability. Six Sigma is also a methodology. It prescribes methodology by which you can fix any problem, any quality problem, right, to improve the results. And what is the methodology it gives? DMAC. In fact, Six Sigma has one more methodology. To facelift any existing product or any existing service, the prescribed methodology is DMAC. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. But if you are associated with the new product development, but still interested in producing, a world-class quality right at the first time, then Six Sigma gives another methodology called DMAD-V. Define, measure, analyze, design, and verify. Right? There are two methodologies. One is DMAC, another one is DMAD-V. Using DMAD-V for new product development is otherwise known as DFSS. What is DFSS? Design for Six Sigma. So Six Sigma is a methodology. Six Sigma is a way of management. Companies practicing Six Sigma, respecting Six Sigma, they connect the career growth of their employees with the Six Sigma belt level. In order to give promotions and salary hike, people have to clear the Six Sigma belt examination. And this Six Sigma belt examinations, will be made challenging, right? And thereby, their performance is really measured through their belt certification. And then only, they'll be promoted, they'll be given the salary hike, and all these, benefits will come. So what I'm trying to say is Six Sigma can be used as a way of managing your people by connecting the career growth with the belt certification. Everyone has to, do some project, learn the body of knowledge, clear the exam, and implement the learnings in the form of improvement project. And, that's how Six Sigma is considered a way of management. Six Sigma is simply a philosophy. Though statistics involved and some science is involved, still it is, a philosophy which you can use it wherever you want to use it. You can even use the philosophies you are learning here in your personal life, in your day-to-day life, and you will be extremely successful if you respect the principles and philosophies. So it's a metric, it's a methodology, It's a way of management and it is a philosophy. And what is this methodology? Define. A problem well defined is half done, right? And define is all about understanding the problem. A problem is considered to be understood if you can express the problem in the form of a number, right? A problem is considered to be understood if you can express the problem in the form of a number. So this is the goal of define phase. We express the problem in the form of a number, right? And the problem is associated with the y variable. For one problem, there can be many metrics. For one problem, there can be many metrics, isn't it? We call them as CTQs. What is CTQ? Critical to quality. For example, my concrete blocks are failing. My concrete blocks are failing. What do I mean by concrete blocks are failing? The compressive strength is not up to the mark. So the compressive strength is a y variable. So my problem is expressed in the form of a number. Now problem is defined. And now I will create a plan of execution, get it approved by management, and then I will execute the project. At the end of the project, all the concrete blocks will have the increased strength. And now there are no more failures. This is how we fix the problem. So define is express the problem in the form of numbers. Once you make the problem in the form of number, it becomes measurable. Now you go and measure. Now you go and measure. And now when you are measuring, the challenge is you should measure without error. Because always when you collect data, when you measure, people commit error. People commit error. There are two types of error. One is measurement error. Another one is sampling error. You measure wrongly, your error is called measurement error. You measure from a wrong source, now it is called sampling error. You have to control both of them. And the measurement error should be less than 10% and sampling error should be less than 5%. So you should find a way to measure the measurement error and then also find a way to measure the sampling error and then control both of them. Our goal now is bring the measurement error less than 10%. Then only the collected data will be credible. Then only the collected data will be worthy for analysis. Then only I will use the data to calculate the baseline performance, the ground reality of the problem. I get to know only after data collection, because till then people can tell anything they wanted to tell. It is my duty to verify when I am actually trying to do any improvement. So I will verify that with the data and then I calculate the baseline. Once the baseline is understood, you have fixed a target in the define phase. Now the gap in performance is understood. Now what is the reason for the gap in performance? And that becomes the question to get answered in the analyze phase. The goal of the analyze phase is to validate the root cause. See, please understand, there are approaches which will say, identify the root cause. Here we are saying validate the root cause. Finding out the criminal is not enough. You should prove the crime. Then only the criminal can be punished, isn't it? Same way, finding out the root cause is not enough. You also adequately validate the root cause. There is a statistical procedure by which you can prove your statement about the root cause. And once you are very clear and confirmed that the particular X is the root cause, you proceed and then fix the X. Fixing the X is called improve phase. Fixing the X is called the improve phase. I mean, optimize the X. Optimizing the X means assign a suitable level for the X variable. Assign a suitable value for the X variable. Isn't it? So assigning a suitable value. For example, a medical doctor, he prescribes paracetamol 250 milligram for a child. And now the child becomes healthy. For the same situation, for the same problem, for an adult, doctor might prescribe paracetamol as 500 milligram. So similarly, you understood the root cause. Let's say the root cause is temperature. The root cause is humidity. The root cause is cutting tool angle. The root cause is the material thickness. You now modify the thickness, modify the temperature, modify the pressure, which is called optimizing the X. Because all of them are X factor. You can directly change them. So fix the X, thereby what will happen? Your Y will improve in the positive direction. This is called solution generation. So generate the solution, validate the solution, implement the solution. These are all the things you will be doing in the improve phase. Having defined the problem, having measured the problem, having analyzed the problem for the root cause, you are now eligible to talk about the solution, and that is what you did here. And now you developed and implemented a solution. Now your goal is to see to that the results are sustained for a longer period of time. Now you need to see to that the same problem doesn't come again. Why the problem came? Because of this X. Can you keep an eye? Can you keep an additional eye on the X? That is called control phase. Plot control chart. Create a control plan so that you continuously monitor the X, right? And see to that your X always stays within the preferred level. If the X is going beyond the preferred level, that will trigger your Y also to go out of control, isn't it? You control the X to control the Y. And this is how we sustain the benefit. This is how we see to that the same problem doesn't come again. Do you now understand how interesting it is to work on a Six Sigma project, right? And this is called DMAC methodology. This is called DMAC methodology. And you can use this logic to any situation, right? And say, for example, you wanted to lead a healthy life and live for 120 years. Now, this is your goal. This is your problem, right? This is your goal. And now, how do you achieve this goal? You have to take care of some of your body parameters. What are your body parameters? Your BMI, your fasting blood sugar, your 3 months average sugar level, your cholesterol level, your BP level, and so on and so on. As long as all these metrics are healthier, for sure, you are going to live longer. This is how we convert any problem into a number problem, right? And this is called define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Hope all of you understand how powerful the methodology is. You just cannot skip any of the phase. If you are skipping any of the phase, then your approach will immediately become trial and error, right? You name it any method, and in my opinion, all these steps are very important while problem solving. And how we are going to equip you in the DMAC methodology? We are going to make your learning journey an easier one, right? We have broken down the phase into 3 simple steps. Define phase divided into 3 steps. Identify the project, select the project. You check whether the project is suitable for Six Sigma. You also be sure that whether your project is given the priority properly, isn't it? There can be some other problem which is more important than what you are doing. Then your priority is wrong. So that mistake should not come, and that is called step number 2. And then step number 3, you create a clear plan of execution. And for that, we'll use a tool called Project Charter. We'll use a tool called Project Charter, and then we'll also create a high-level process map to make sure the project team spends their energy in the right area, isn't it? So these are the define phase. And now the outcome is your project is approved. An approved project charter is the deliverable of the define phase. And for which how many steps are there? 3 steps. And similarly in the measure phase, the deliverable is the correct baseline performance. What did I say? The correct baseline performance. And in order to know the correct baseline performance, you should have a data collection plan, you should have a validated measurement system, and then you should calculate the baseline. And the main deliverable is baseline performance. And now we move on to the analyze phase to understand the reason for the gap in performance. Here the main deliverable is validated root cause. We are not just interested in the potential causes. We are truly interested in identifying as well as validation of root causes. Root cause can be one, root cause can be many. The crime might have been done by one criminal or might have been done by a group of criminals. You need to understand. If group of criminals are involved, then what is the contribution level? Accordingly, we will give the punishment, isn't it? Same way, we will do the analysis here. Our goal now is to validate the root cause as well as understand the influence of each of the cause, or the impact of each of the cause on the Y variable. And once the root cause is understood, we move on to the improve phase. We generate the solution, evaluate the solution, then optimize the solution using advanced tools like design of experiments or simulation. And then we pilot it, implement it, and even validate the solution. And now we move on to control. Now the goal is we create a control plan. Control plan for all the critical factors. What are critical factors? Root causes. If you can control the root causes, you are sure that the problem will not come again. Now we document the solution, document the benefit. This is called organization learning, right? And this learning from the project becomes the daily activity. The daily work management is a result of learnings from the failures. And this is what every Six Sigma project is helping any organization to plan the daily work management effectively. And finally, we hand over the project back to the process owner, declare the project closure, and then celebrate the success. So your learning journey with us is going to be going through the 15 simple steps by which you learn to systematically eliminate the defects as well as the waste from business process. And the result is going to be phenomenal improvement in the quality of your products. At the same time, the productivity will improve, cost will go down, and this will lead to an inclusive growth to all the stakeholders, right? And this is called Six Sigma methodology. And these are the various tools that can help you carry out the DMAC project very effectively and comfortably, complete the steps, at every level and produce the deliverables at every level. Though there are so many tools, we learn them one by one. And all that required is, your patient listening and commitment towards learning. And if you understand the tool properly, and definitely you will be able to customize it to suit to your requirement and then implement it effectively. See, we are not here to teach you any subject knowledge. We are here to teach you Six Sigma methodology. We are here to teach you the Six Sigma tools and techniques. And ultimately, when it comes to a specific industry problem, we will work very effectively with the subject matter experts to understand the process, and then with the most appropriate tools and techniques, we will help the expert solve his problem. And that's how Six Sigma experts find their skill sets required in all segments, all industry, and that's how it helps the professionals to go up in the career. It helps the professionals to grab new job opportunities. It helps the professionals to move from one domain to other domain, and all those things are happening. And these are all the tools. I'm not going to read out the tools because there are many, but we will definitely go through them when we actually discuss about each and every phase. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. All right. So